Hello and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Today we are gonna take a look at C6 Kirara. Yeah, I actually managed to get all her constellations during my Nilou rows, which I'm very happy about because I really love Kirara and I only managed to get C1 on her first banner and then never got any constellations after that. So yeah, really excited to see finally now what she can do at C6. And I actually even changed my Kirara build specifically for this video, because, you know, I didn't really touch her build in over a year, basically since I got her. And it wasn't a bad build, but there was some room for improvement, and I also gave her a new weapon. This one here. Oh, I fell. That was not planned, obviously, but whatever. I gave her Nilou's weapon. This one, the paddle as some people call it, which for a long time I had on Shinobu, but I recently switched Shinobu to the Xyphos Moonlight, so now that weapon was free for Kirara to take. And with this she actually has a lot of HP, over 50k now. So yeah, her shield should be pretty strong now. It's gonna be interesting to see how strong it actually is. And yeah, for the shield strength, I'm actually gonna compare her to Layla, because Layla is also a very good 4-star shielder. And yeah, just kind of want to see how they compare. Who is the stronger shield? I think should be relatively on the same level probably. Then besides shield strength, there are two other things I want to test, and one of those things is her support capabilities, because her C6 increases elemental damage for the team, and also with the Key of Khaj-Nisut she can now also provide a lot of elemental mastery for the rest of the team, which is gonna be great in accurate teams. I plan to play her with Chlorant mainly, maybe Keqing sometimes, but for this showcase I'm actually gonna use Raiden, because it's just easier for showcases to have a one big hit, like at the beginning of Raiden's burst, instead of like a lot of small hits like Chlorant has. Just makes it easier to see the actual difference between unbuffed and buffed damage. And then last but not least, the third thing I wanna see is actually Kirara's own personal damage. Because even though she isn't built as a DPS, she does have a passive that increases her elemental skill and elemental burst damage based on her HP. It's only a small HP bonus, but still she does have a very high multiplier on her burst. If we take a look here, yeah, it's almost 1000%. It scales off attack, not HP, sadly. Otherwise it would be completely broken. But yeah, I just wanna see if even with an HP build, a shield build, if he can do maybe some decent damage. Especially with all the elemental mastery from the Key of Khaj-Nisut. And then if we get some accurate going, might still be decent damage, even on a shield build. We'll see. But let's just go over the rest of the build. I already showed that I have over 50k HP, 52k actually, 119 elemental mastery. I have 53 crit rate and 81 crit damage, and then also 147 energy recharge. I was trying to reach 150, but, well, the last few artifacts that I leveled up for her just didn't want to roll into ER that much. But it's still fine. Weapon, already said, Key of Khaj-Nisut. Artifacts, I'm actually using a 2-piece Tenacity, 2-piece Emblem. I had her actually on 2-piece Tenacity, 2-piece Varukasha before, so both the HP sets. But I think she already has enough HP thanks to the new weapon. So I opted for a bit more energy recharge and also for crit on the circlet. You know, because her shield is gonna be strong enough anyway, so I was like, let's go for a little bit more damage. But HP and HP on the Sands and Goblet, and obviously also in the substats here. And then the talents are all at level 9, but I do actually want to crown the shield. I already have all the materials for it, so let's just do it. There we go. And then the constellations, yeah, like I said, I do have enough for C6, but I haven't activated it yet. I'm gonna do that later in the video. And now with that all being said, it's still not time to start the actual showcase, because there's one more thing we have to do before that, and that is unlocking her new outfit. Yeah, you didn't really think I would do this showcase without actually getting this, huh? And yeah, to get this, you basically just need 125 of these excerpts of bliss, they are called, which you can get in the new event area, Simulanka. And it's actually not even that difficult to get 125. If you take a look at the map here, so far, I've mainly just explored the first area. I've done almost everything here, almost 100%ed it, and then I've done a little bit of stuff in the second area, but I'm not even close to finishing this one, and then there's still a third area that I haven't even unlocked yet. So you don't even have to explore like half of the new area to get the Kirara outfit. So yeah, that's pretty nice. And now that we have it, we obviously have to equip it. There we go. I really like this outfit. It's so good. They really did such a good job with both the new outfits this update. Nilou and Kirara, they look amazing. Anyway, now it's finally time to actually test out C6 Kirara. Here we go. And I'm actually using this boss here as my test subject because it has a very strong attack that it uses right at the beginning, so it's very good for testing shield strength. And, you know, it also doesn't really have any big resistances as long as it doesn't go in its invisibility mode, so it's also pretty good for testing damage. Before I actually go to the boss, there's one thing I want to test, and that is how easy is it to activate the full passive of Key of Khaj-Nisut, all 3 stacks. I think if we just hold E for a little bit and then release it, we should get all stacks. So let's actually take a look at how much the EM my Raiden has. Only 19, okay. So if the EM increases, we know that the key works. Just like this, right? And was that enough? Nope, not yet. Okay. So I have to hold the skill a little bit longer. I see. Yeah, there are also 2 of these thingies floating around her and we need 3 of them. So we only got 2 stacks from this. Like this, and now, was that enough? Yeah, that was enough. Over 100 more EM than before. Very nice. But before I actually use the full passive of the key and activate Kirara's C6, I first want to get a baseline here of how much damage Raiden does with just aggravate and no other buffs. So let's do that first. So we're just gonna use the skill once to apply Dendro. Then, oh, that's the wrong character. Then trigger aggravate, or quicken rather, and now we can aggravate the burst. Let's see. That was 78 if I saw that correctly. Okay, so our baseline is 78k on the first burst hit. Okay, now that we have that baseline, it's time to just activate the constellations. Here we go. So C2 is basically just a co-op constellation that makes it so that you can give shields to your allies in co-op. I almost never play co-op, so I don't really care much about this constellation. Then we have a skill level increase. The C4 is actually the one that I wanted the most, because this one actually makes it so she can do some damage off-field and apply Dendro from off-field, which is really nice for like off-field electro DPS characters like Corand and Keqing. But sadly this counts as elemental burst damage, not elemental skill damage, so it can't activate the tenacity 4-piece effect. So it's still not worth playing her with 4-piece tenacity, even with the C4. Which is one advantage that Layla has, because she actually can activate tenacity consistently. But yeah, let's just activate it now. Then C5 is just burst level increase, and C6 gives basically 12% elemental damage bonus for the entire team. It's after using elemental skill or elemental burst, but she does it all the time anyway, so this is basically 100% uptime. Okay, there we go, C6 activated. Now let's take a look at the shield multiplier. So it is 21.3 at base and then 34 max shield, which you can get by, you know, holding the skill and attacking the enemies for a bit in the box form, because then you get some more shield stuff from this passive here, which stacks on top of the base shield, and this is how you reach this max shield absorption here. And this multiplier here is actually higher than Layla's, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because Layla has 21.6, not 34. So on paper, it looks like Kirara's shield is a lot better, right? But that's not actually really the case. Because the 34% we saw on Kirara is really the max she can get, but for Layla, this is just the base. And then she also gets some more shield strength from this passive here, up to 24%. Then she also has a constellation that increases shield strength by another 20%. And, like I already said, she can make good use of tenacity, which also increases shield strength by 30% for the active character after her little stars hit an opponent. So with all that, Layla's shield I think is actually stronger than Kirara's. But my Layla has a lot less HP, but if I give her the key, she should also have like 50k on 50k, okay, not quite, 47k, which is still good. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna switch the key around between them for this showcase. to even the playing field a little bit. And yeah, for the shield strength, we actually also want to get a baseline. So we are just gonna let it hit us without a shield first to see how much damage it does. Starting at 52k. Let's see how much we have left after its big attack. There we go. Yeah, this one does a lot of damage, as you can see. Might actually even kill. Almost. Okay, so that's like 48k damage. So now I'm gonna heal up at a statue, and then I'm gonna use the shield, and we'll see how much of this damage it actually tanks. So let's do this to get as many stacks as possible, make the shield as strong as possible, and now we just stand here once again and let it hit us. Okay, shield broke. 24. So that's like 26k damage taken compared to the 48 we took before. That's like over 20k shield health. Okay. Actually not bad. I kinda was expecting a little bit less, to be honest. Let's see if the math adds up, because it was 34%, right? 34% of 52k, according to my calculator, is 17,680. And then on top of that, we get another, what was it? 4,200. So that, yeah, that pretty much puts us at 22k, around 22k. Which is exactly how much the shield tanked in my test. Yeah, it adds up. Okay, the math checks out. Now let's give the key to Layla and see how she compares. Okay, so she has 47k HP, and the thing did 48 without a shield, so she would die without a shield. But if you do this, and then... let's see, how much damage does she take? 22k is left out of 47k. So that means it did 25k damage instead of 48, which means we have a shield strength of about 23k. So almost the same as Kirara, actually. Okay, that's interesting. A little bit higher than Kirara. But yeah, almost the same. So yeah, in terms of just sheer shield strength, they are very comparable. They have very different strength though. Layla is a tenacity support. Kirara is mainly a support for aggravate teams, where you don't really want to use Layla. Yeah, speaking about aggravate teams, I guess it's time now to switch her back to the key. There we go. Now she does have the key. And now we are gonna test Raiden's aggravate damage with Kirara's C6 and the full passive of the Key of Khaj-Nisut. As a refresher, we did get 78k damage before. So I think we can expect over 100k here with all the buffs. Let's see. Let's get all the stacks of the key. That should be it. And now, here we go. It didn't crit. Maybe I should use crit food for a showcase like this. That might be a good idea, right? So let's eat some Pile 'em Up for 20% more crit rate. And then try this again. Okay, here we go. 85. Okay. That's actually not as much as I was expecting. Interesting. She does have to increase the M, right? Yeah, 123. And she also should have... that's interesting. There's no extra damage bonus. I did activate the C6, right? Yeah. 12% all elemental damage bonus. 15 seconds. Are the 15 seconds already over? Did I take that long? Let's see. Yeah, now 12% everywhere. Here as well. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Let's just try it again. Maybe I should apply Electro first. Okay, here we go. Yeah, 84 again. So that seems to be correct. We do have the M, we do have the damage bonus. Okay. Yeah, so it's a difference, but not as big of a difference as I was hoping. But yeah, having more elemental mastery across the board for the entire team is still definitely gonna help and aggravate teams. But now let's actually see how much Kirara's burst does. Get all the stacks. And 19k. Honestly, for a shield build, that's not bad. And not even a full team, just Raiden, basically. When she first came out, I actually played her as a DPS for a while, and I was able to get like 50k on her burst. But you know, even like just 19k is still really good, considering that now she is not built as a DPS. Very respectable damage, actually. What if we build a full team around her burst damage? Raiden is fine, but let's also put, you know, just Furina Jean. You can never go wrong with Furina and Jean. Okay, then let's go and see how high we can push Kirara's burst damage. And you have to make sure to stun it, like during the previous Kirara burst. So we have to apply Electro here now. Okay, now it's stunned, so let's use Furina burst. Jean burst. Apply some Electro. Activate the key stacks. And now 31k! Okay! We actually got over 30k. That's not bad. Not bad at all. And now we just kill this thing. Like this. Yeah. A real DPS, of course, is still doing way more damage. But considering, again, that this is just a shield build, not a DPS Kirara here. A shielder Kirara. 30k, actually really damn good. So there we have it. Actual proof that C6 Kirara is a great character. I mean, not that I ever doubted that, but I think I was able to show pretty well in this video why Kirara is great. Not only is she a good shielder, even able to keep up with Layla, but she's also just a very good entry unit for aggravate teams, and even can do some pretty good damage herself. And I still can't get over how freaking awesome this new outfit is. You should definitely get it, especially since it's free. Come on, go out there, farm the excerpts of Bliss, get this outfit, it's so worth it. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna play Kirara with Clorant in the future a lot. I mean, I already did that, but now with C6 I have even more reason to play those two together, and it's gonna be amazing. But yeah, that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, have a nice day.